Oh my god, Marty, I can't believe Blizzard has finally announced it.
It's so amazing. It's something that I've been looking forward to for such a long time.
Yes, we've been waiting, and it's finally here. We're going to be able to play World of Warcraft Classic! Hello and welcome to Talking WoW, the podcast where we talk about World of Warcraft, believe it or not. My name is Tom. Over there, that's my co-host Marty. Hey Marty, how are you doing there?
I'm doing pretty well. I've slept pretty good because last night we got a lot of cool announcements for the Warcraft universe, believe it or not.
Yes, the Warcraft Direct was here. We didn't get BlizzCon this year, we got Warcraft Direct. And, that saves everyone a lot of time and money to just be able to sit at home and watch it.
Just a quick, I know it's not like the main topic, but just a quick thought, because there was something that was circulated a lot in our Discord last night. A lot of people are saying or thinking that BlizzCon is dead, and this is, what we're getting going forward, like just online stuff like this. Do you feel like that? Because what are they
dropping me in it there? Yeah, it's dead, Marty. It's over. It's
what are they going to announce next year? Because everything is announced. Pretty much.
BlizzCon is over. That is actually what we wanted to make this episode about. BlizzCon is dead. No, Marty's trying to take us on a tangent there straight away, and that's what sometimes good podcasters do, or bad ones. I don't know where we fall in that. But Marty, we are here to talk about the big announcement. And no, it's not World of Warcraft Classic. And no, it's not Mists of Pandaria Classic. In fact, it's got nothing to do with Classic at all. It is the big doozy that got dropped at the end of the Warcraft Direct, and it is
undermine.
Don't undermine me while I try to tell you that the big announcement is World of Warcraft is finally getting player housing in the upcoming expansion Midnight. Can you believe it?
I mean, you say finally. I'm pretty sure that we have an empty garrison standing somewhere that we could just use, right?
Oh, and there we go. We're off addressing the big orcish elephant in the room that was the garrison. So, I mean, initial thoughts. Were you surprised that we got this announcement?
Yes, 100%. I don't think I had predicted this. I think it's more like it's the joke prediction that we do every time there's something to predict, and now we cannot use that joke anymore. And I'm pretty.
I know, we keep throwing it out there, and finally it stuck to the wall, didn't it?
It finally did. But that being said, I think it's cool, and I think if they look into what they learned from garrisons, that this could be cool, because I think the worry a lot of people is having that is that, oh no, is that going to mean that the cities are going to be empty again? Stuff like that. And I think if Blizzard learned from that, then hopefully that will not happen.
Yeah, I mean, as long as there's not a place to stable your mounts and you can stable some sort of $90 mount that has an auction house and a mailbox on it. Well, we're not going there. But yes, you're absolutely right. With the garrisons, there was potential there, but at the same time it dominated the expansion that much that it really felt like there was no reason not to be in your garrison. And I think in an MMORPG, like if you're sucking all your players away from the major cities, of course, it doesn't really have a major gameplay impact, but I think it does have an impact on just that aspect of, oh, I'm in this with other players. And I think it does have a sort of an impact on just seeing other players. I mean, there's something nice about being out in the world in an MMO and seeing other players. I mean, it kind of why we do that in a way. Although maybe you didn't want to see other players, and I understand that too. But yeah, garrisons was so, you didn't need to leave there. You had a mission table, you could earn gold there, you could pretty much do everything.
You could mine, you could herb, you could, auction house.
You just joined a queue and, did your dungeons and whatever. And I think, I guess with player housing, I guess one of the hopes is, early on, is that we don't get all those bells and whistles, that we don't get like an auction house in there, or a mine or a garden to pick herbs, because I think it's still important for us as players to be out in the world and exploring and being part of that. And I guess that takes us on to maybe what we actually want that to be then.
Yeah, I mean, what do you want it to be? Because I'm not. It's one of those weird things we've been saying for such a long time. We want player housings, but I actually don't really know what I actually want from it. I think that I want something that I can customize. So it's just so every player houses doesn't look like each other. You can make your own spin on it. But do I want I guess in the perfect world, I saw like a fully fledged Sims version in there, and I don't think that's what we're getting. But that would be cool if you could just build. Here's a plot, build your house. But I definitely do want some be able to put stuff into my house like. I think some of the things we saw in the video was that there was a big Onyxia's head on the wall. If you can show off some kind of achievements and things like that inside your
trophies
house.
And such. I think the garrisons, just to bring those up again, they did have something like that, but I think
it was very minimal though, and it is along those lines that I want, where you can, I'm very proud of having killed this raid boss on heroic. It would be great to be able to showcase that somehow.
I've just had a brainwave, and I'm like, the selfie camera is back, baby, and we're gonna be able to take pictures, and we're gonna be able to print them out and put them on our walls. That would be incredible, wouldn't it? Just as a way to customize your new home. But I guess again, I've been thinking about this more, and people are saying, "Oh my goodness, it's taken them 20 years to put in player housing. It's taken them all this time, Marty." And I actually think perhaps with the warband system coming in now, this actually makes the most sense for this system to come in, because I would sort of imagine it's going to be using that warband technology, perhaps, that we have this shared space for our characters. That something I remember people requesting as well in garrisons was, wouldn't it be cool if you're logged into one character, you see your other characters like walking around or chilling or something like that. Like, that would be, a nice touch, and, sort of solidifying that warband aspect.
Absolutely, 100%. I don't know how they will, fit in all my 70 alts, but I'm here for it.
You're going to need a mansion, Marty. You're going to need some sort of big, crazy-ass house to fit all those characters in.
Yeah, I might need a proper garrison.
But again, it's taken them all this time. However, I will say that during that time, nearly every other MMO out there that's, at the top of the charts has some form of player housing now.
SWTOR. So, you're talking about SWTOR here, right?
Yes, of course I am, Marty. Of course that was the MMO I was referring to. So surely they've been looking at how other MMOs are doing it, and they're going to come up with the perfect way to do it, perhaps. And I know you haven't played too much of Final Fantasy XIV, and people are, this is another debate of if they're going to take that route, where in Final Fantasy XIV you have like an instanced region which has various plots of land, and you can bid on one of those, and then you essentially become part of a neighborhood of a city. So for example, remember that like swirly portal that we used to have in Stormwind, where people were always like, that could be where player housing could be.
Yep.
You would go in there, and then you'd have this big neighborhood region, and you'd have neighbors and things like that. It could work that way, or maybe we just go the garrison route, which I think we will, which is just an instanced area, which other MMOs such as Elder Scrolls Online. I don't know how it works in Star Wars. Does it work something similar, that you just teleport to your star house?
I think it's not just a house. I think there's a whole battleship as well you can get. But yeah,
okay.
It is Star Wars, so it's different.
Do you think we're going to get new professions with this? Maybe woodworking, or a painter, or a wallpaper or something? Do you think we're going to get some sort of cosmetic profession that you can take as a secondary to make items, craft items? Do you think that would be cool?
I think that could be cool. Either that, or it's just built into the whole housing system, so everyone just have it. I think that would make sense too. I don't know if it needs to be a profession.
You've got like a workbench essentially, and then you're
something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
It could also be a secondary. It could be a cool secondary profession to be able to build stuff for your own house, or for others. Sell it on the auction house. create,
exactly.
Create some economy here,
just
so we can earn some gold that we can put into new, mounts in the future.
I'm just thinking, finally we're going to make work orders useful again. So,
work orders are very useful.
No, well, not for most casual players. We want to put in orders for tables and chairs, Marty. That's what we want.
Fair.
To wrap us up here, because I know we're running close to time here. I guess we'll address the other big elephant in the room, and that is buying our houses. Will we be able to buy more than one? I guess that's a question. But the big one, I suppose, is, are Blizzard looking at this at a potential new way to sell microtransactions? They could sell properties. They could sell items for houses.
Just stop talking. Don't give them good ideas. This is not the route we want to go down.
Look, I'm just saying, we've got to be prepared. We're all happy that we're getting our houses finally, but you know what landlords are like. They they just want money. So, we're not owning that house. I'm pretty sure we're renting it. We're paying a monthly fee, and it's a very low monthly fee for a house, But
you did mention something else, which I just quickly want to talk a few sentences about, and that is multiple houses or potentially different locations. It's something that they could expand upon in the future, that you could move your house to somewhere else or have multiple. SWTOR has multiple houses, so that would be cool to have. I would take a house in the Grand, Blizzard, if you're listening.
Just on one of those floating islands.
Yeah, floating house.
Doesn't sound dangerous at all. That's gonna increase your house insurance.
I'm a director, I can fly. It's no problem.
Well, one thing's for sure. Let's just hope that, unlike Garrisons, the housing system isn't just a one-hit expansion wonder, and perhaps falls into one of those evergreen features that they are talking about. What did you out there think of the announcement of player housing? Are you stoked? Are you underwhelmed? Why don't you let us know in the comments below, or you can find us on social media. We're on Blue Sky, we're on YouTube, and we're always happy to take your feedback. I've been Thom.
I've been Marty.
And we've been talking WoW.
Thanks for tuning in, champion. Did you enjoy this episode of Talking WoW? If so, why not drop a review on your podcast catcher of choice, or leave us a comment. You can find Talking WoW on
Blue Sky
or YouTube over at Talking WoW. Hope to see you again soon.